channel. If you're new here, my name is Sylvie and today I've got another video for you. So today's video is the April round for the Roulette TBR game, the game I used to play to know what to read in the next month. And before moving on to today's video and just give you a very quick idea of what I've done last month, I simply like to thank you so much, guys, because last TBR game, so March Roulette TBR, was viewed by more than 200 people. So thank you so much for participating and watching my adventure here on this channel. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. But moving on to today's video. So before spinning the roulette and see where the ball will land on, I just give you a very quick summary of what happened last month. So last month I was supposed to read all those books and simply I didn't read any of them. I started this one because it's the final installment of this trilogy, but I think I read a couple of chapters and then I stopped. I was in the mood. I got a very deep reading slump and I felt so miserable because I highly wanted to read all of them, but I didn't manage any of them. And so you think that I will not have any wrap-up video upcoming. This is not true, this is wrong. Even though I didn't read those books, I managed to read something else. But I don't want to spoil you anything, so don't miss my wrap-up of March. But now that April is coming, I want to stop this reading slump, and so for this reason I really hope that today's Roulette TBR will be kind with me again. So without any further ado, let's get started. So my bet numbers are 5 red, 13 black, 16 red, 27 red and 30 red. So my majority guesses are on red and odd numbers. And now let's spin the roulette for the first time. Two black. So the ball landed on 2 black, which corresponds to middle grade book as its first prompt. And I'm so happy to finally read The House of Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. This is a kind of retelling of one of the main characters in the Russian folklore, and I'm speaking about Baba Yaga. And we are following Marinka, a girl that dreams to have a normal life, to live just in one place. But as she is the grandchild of Baba Yaga, this is not simple. Marinka also longs to change her destiny to become one day the new Baba Yaga, but the house with the chicken legs has different ideas. And now let's move to spin number 2. $18 red. So the ball landed on 18 red, another number so close to one of mine, but not enough. And its second prompt was mood read. This is a kind of my pick choice, but the difference between my pick and mood read is that I can choose throughout the month what I would like to read. Instead, my pick means that I have to show you in the roulette round which kind of book I'm going to read. But obviously you will just know at the end of April or in my April wrap-up. And now spin number 3. $29 black. So the ball landed again on 29 black, and its third and last prompt is a big size book. So just to give you a quick recap, each number on the roulette has 3 different prompts, and in the past 29 black previously prompts were small book and standard size book, and this time I needed to read a book that is more than 400 pages. It wasn't easy because I'm always a little bit scared of big books and longer series, as I want to go out to this reading slump, and the roulette is still kind with me. I want to give it a try with a big book that is on my bookshelf at least 3 years now, and I'm speaking about The River of No Return by B. Ridgway, and this is around 550 pages, so it's a very big book, and it's about Nicholas, who has a peculiar ability because he is a time traveler. But one day, suddenly, the guild, that is a secret society of time travelers, calls him from his century to theirs. But Nicholas will do anything to go back to his century in order to stay with his beloved girl. But as he reaches his purpose, the future of the world is in his hands, and he needs to go on an adventure and save the future of the world itself. And now spin number 4. One red. And this time the ball landed on 1 red, and its first prompt is a contemporary book. I'd like to go with a book that wasn't so hyped in the past in the booktuber community, but it was well known, and I'm speaking about Zack and Mia by A.J. Betts. This book is about Zack and Maya, who surprisingly met in a hospital and create a beautiful friendship. And now hopefully our last spin, so spin number 5. $17 black. So the ball landed on 17 black. Its second prompt is friend pick. And even though I know that I should text or call a friend of mine and ask him or her what kind of book should I read, instead I perfectly know which one I'm sure one of my friends will make me read. And it's again a huge book, a non-fiction, so I'm a little bit scared again, but I'm speaking about this one. Let me show you. This is the Italian edition of Wild Swans by Jung Chang, and it's, as I told you, it's a non-fiction because it's the story of the women in Jung Chang's family, so her grandmother, her mother and herself, of women condition in Chinese history. So it's a little bit a big book, but it's okay, it's okay. Now that the spins are over, let's move to my majority guesses, if I was right or wrong. Fingers crossed. The majority on the color was black, so I bet that it was red. I was wrong, so I needed to add one more book, and I have to use my Deck of TBR to do it. I've also guessed right for the majority of the numbers, because the majority of the numbers on the spins were odd numbers. So this means that I just won €5 for my book shopping. So let's shuffle the cards a little bit and see what I will have to add. I really hope these cards will be nice to me as the roulette did, but I'm so scared. And at the top of the deck we will have 7 of hearts. Okay, let's see which one I still need to read that corresponds to this card. Actually, the first one that I haven't still read from its list is a book that was in the graveyard. So finally I will try to read and give it a try to Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. And the last part of today's video is the part of the rewarding! Yeah, so excited. So, as I've guessed right, the majority of numbers, so odd numbers, virtual currency of €5 inside my money bank. I still don't know how to call this. Maybe we should give this mug a name. So if you have funny names, please write me down in the comments so we can baptize this mug in a proper way. €5 more to my book shopping money bank. How beautiful is this sound, isn't it? And that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As I told you, I'm really glad and happy and thankful from the bottom of my heart if you watched this video and my previous ones. As always, if you liked this video, please leave a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and be a member of this family of book lovers. If you have any lucky numbers to suggest me to use for the next roulette round, if you want to just share with me what are you going to read next month, if you'd like just to give me your own opinion about these books, please feel free to leave a comment below, as well as some suggestions for my mood read pick. And that's really all for today's video, so thank you once again, and I will wait for you in the next video. Ciao!